Hi, I'm James Foster, CEO of ZPN Energy, and today I'm here to talk to you about ZPN Biz, which is our integrated solution for power management in a business environment. So, what is ZPN Biz? Biz is the answer for the majority of organisations seeking enough power to manage the decarbonisation transition. Installing EV chargers, particularly rapid chargers, poses a number of challenges. Whether you own a shop or a large conglomerate manufacturer, the challenges are all the same. Fundamentally, power demands are directly connected to your costs, with peak energy prices often exceeding 30 pence per kilowatt, and some companies having energy bills exceeding £6 million annually. Another problem is obtaining enough energy from your current energy source, which is restricted by its capacity, and/or the profitability of the capacity charges levied by the DNO or power provider. The last challenge is you cannot, in normal circumstances at least, attach more appliances than you have supply for. In simple terms, if you want to add 5 100 kilowatt rapid chargers, you will need half a megawatt of available supply at all times. It's not quite as simple as plugging them in and they work. ZPN Biz is the solution. So how does it work? Biz combines on-site renewables such as solar or wind, battery energy storage, EV charging and predictive energy management. In simple terms, it enables you to always buy the cheapest energy available, whether that's from renewables or the grid. In practice, this means when your facilities are shut down during off-peak hours, which are generally, for most businesses, 16 hours a day, any remaining battery capacity may be used to harvest energy from the grid. During the day, when the sun is shining, and maybe even when it's not, the on-site solar can power the battery, compensating for the demand load and guaranteeing the cheapest cost. The best bit is the energy storage. It acts as a demand buffer. Think of it in these terms. At home, you may have a hot water storage cylinder. In reality, this is an energy store, conserving the energy that was used to heat the water in the first place. But what it guarantees is that if you want to run a bath or have a shower or do the washing, there's hot water readily available. Battery energy storage works in exactly the same way, just with electricity. So returning to my earlier example of 5 100 kilowatt EV chargers, if your battery energy storage is large enough and you have adequate capacity inside your solar array, there is no reason why these chargers cannot operate regardless of your available grid supply. The greatest aspect is that you can add public-facing EV charging, which transforms the costs into a revenue stream, while also reducing your overall energy costs by maybe 30 to 50% on a daily basis. But let's look at 3 case studies or examples of how ZPN Biz can help a business like yours. Example 1, automotive. The pressures on the automotive industry, particularly automotive retailers, are both obvious and addressable. Their challenge is to deliver EVs to their customers. Those demands may take the form of delivering a car, offering a test drive, or just doing maintenance or garage responsibilities for the retailer. Obviously, if you want to sell EVs, you need to embrace the technology too. But this shouldn't be viewed as a challenge. It's simply an opportunity to give your customers brilliant service. A typical automotive retailer obviously ranges in size depending on the brand, but typically exceeds 10,000 square feet of roof space, with paved parking areas often up to 3 or 4 acres or more. The footprint of the average site is a massive opportunity for energy storage, energy generation, and EV charging. Typically in this sector, we see savings of more than 50% and revenues from customer-facing rapid chargers exceeding £860,000 a year. Example 2, food and general retail. Similar to automotive retail, the pressure on food retail in particular comes not only from supply chain but also energy cost required to maintain the buildings from which they operate. Until today, food retailers have been fairly innovative in their approach to managing refrigeration energy, for example. However, ZPN Biz takes this to the next level. Similar to my previous example, we combine on-site renewables and energy storage with customer-facing EV charging. This usually means that you would need to add to your existing energy supply. Instead, we use the existing roof space to generate as much energy as possible. This opportunity to generate energy at less than 10p per kilowatt and sell it at more than 75 pence per kilowatt by your customer-facing EV charging represents a massive opportunity when compared to a typical CPO space rental type arrangement operated within the retail space. Example 3, car rental services. The transition to EVs is having a dramatic effect across the entire car rental business worldwide. The main headaches are, what do you do with EVs that are returned with little or no charge? How do you have enough available chargers, given the out-of-town nature of most car rental business sites? And lastly, how do you maintain brilliant customer service when posed with the vehicle turnaround challenges due to the length of time it can take to recharge an EV? Again, we utilise your available real estate to combine on-site renewable, local energy battery storage, along with the unique features of ZPN Hub's rapid charging and the unique ring topology energy management that allows an uninterrupted and consistent EV charging service. So let's break down the 3 business sectors I mentioned and how they can save you and make you money. Automotive retail is under pressure to deliver EVs to a market, and ZPN Biz is part of that solution. A typical dealer system where we fit solar in excess of 30,000 square feet with between half a megawatt and a megawatt of battery energy storage is more than sufficient in most cases to be able to run up to 5 customer-facing rapid EV chargers with no additional energy supply. Having modelled a number of OEM dealerships, this produces a return on investment at current peak energy rates between 2 and 3 years. Those 5 customer-facing EV chargers are not just a one-trick pony, but also serve your internal needs and those of your external customers at the same time, having harvest energy at the cheapest possible price. This means that your customers buying a car, taking a test drive, or even your workshop vehicles can be charged not at 30 pence per kilowatt, but as little as 3 pence per kilowatt. Even more importantly, unlike almost any other EV charger, ZPN Hub enables you to manage e-commerce and media display. So those customers that turn up at your dealership outside of hours can be presented with the latest vehicle in your range and the latest offer for an accessory or finance product. Remember that they are using your EV charger, not anyone else's, and from a marketing standpoint, this final point means that you may significantly expand the number of touch points with your clients, which is a proven method for keeping and selling to them again. Let's now look at general retail. For this, consider the typical out-of-town retail park or supermarket. Typically, the roof space available in these instances can exceed 30,000 square feet. To put this into context, this could mean you could generate around a megawatt of energy for 6 to 8 hours of the day. We know that many of these retail shed operations have limited or minimal energy connections, often with very little ability to get any sort of upgrade. Like automotive retail, the typical offering of a charge point operator is to rent spaces from you for as little as £2,000 to £5,000 per space, sometimes with a revenue share, which is often not very high. However, with ZPN Biz, 100% of the revenue is available to you, and you also control the input cost of the energy through a mixture of on-site renewables and harvesting energy from your existing connection when you're using less of it or are in off-peak periods. Another problem with EV charging is that you will have a limited grid supply. Often the default option is to install what is referred to as fast charger. These are neither fast nor particularly economical. Let me explain. Your typical shopper arrives at your shop and maybe spends 45 minutes to an hour inside. They may have travelled from home where they may or may not have a charger, or they may be popping in after their daily commute. The challenge is with a fast charger is it physically cannot deliver energy fast enough in the time that that person is in your shop to even cover the amount of energy that it took to get to your shop. This brings me as to why we almost always include rapid charging in most of these schemes. That's because even at 50 kilowatts of speed, there's typically enough energy to fill the available battery space of a typical EV. This means your EV chargers become a vital destination for your supermarket because they enable your customers to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Charge their car or doing their shopping. Another advantage of rapid charging is that your shop becomes a charging destination. It's well proven that EV drivers will even go out of their way to find a faster or more reliable or a more powerful charger than the one that might be naturally on their journey. Another advantage of ZPN chargers is that from the outset, we built in media displays and e-commerce. This means that aside from the revenue you could achieve from the charger, it could mean that you derive sales for coffee or meal deals every time someone plugs in for a charge. Lastly, car rental. A key feature of ZPN Biz is Hub's rapid charging system. One of the key elements of this is how it integrates with battery energy storage. ZPN storage systems are scalable but actually operate in a modular, flexible way to enable charging and discharging of a battery group. Ordinarily, a battery cannot be charged and discharged simultaneously. So our patented ZPN technology enables the effective charging and discharging of a group of batteries, and that maximises the available uptime of the EV charger. This charging strategy can apply to the building demands as well as your EV charging, but guarantees a maximum uptime at the lowest cost. In car rental, you're often judged by the customer service you provide and the availability of vehicles. As you transition your fleet to fully electric, this means that you can offer charging as a service in the same way that you sell fuel top-ups for petrol and diesel cars, typically with very little disruption to the turnaround of your vehicles. Fundamentally, using ZPN hubs will reduce the risk of adding electric vehicles to your fleet, guarantee customer satisfaction, and provide a significant revenue stream similar to the one you already have. However, the significant savings that Biz provides you when used with hubs chargers means that you no longer need to dramatically increase the size of your electrical connection, which could mean you moving, significant costs, or even delays. On the last point of delays, we've seen reinforcement dates for electrical connections of 2043 for some of our clients. However, ZPN Biz means you can implement an EV strategy today, not in 19 years' time. Lastly, most car rental businesses have multiple sites. These are extremely valuable if you make your EV charging customer facing, because 5 50 kilowatt rapid chargers, utilised 30% of the time, will produce over £860,000 of additional revenue. Simply put, the EV charging is an opportunity that, if managed correctly, can produce significant financial results. Funding. We often get asked about funding. Let's not beat around the bush. These systems have significant costs attached to them. That said, the typical ROI is around 3 years in the current market. The routes to funding these products can be as simple as CapEx purchase. However, most companies look to fund them over longer periods of time. We have access to a range of funders, particularly PPA funders, who can fund the entire cost of the project, even connecting all your sites together. With a PPA, you pay nothing for the installation up front. You simply pay the funder at cost per kilowatt for the energy delivered across the entire system. Currently, we see typical rates of between 11 and 19 pence per kilowatt delivered. Energy sold through our hubs EV chargers deriving a net revenue after VAT of around 55 pence per kilowatt. Typical market rates for energy bought from the grid at peak time range from 24 pence to 48 pence per kilowatt, depending on the supply, location, capacity charges, etc. As you can see, there are huge savings. Some people instantly disregard PPA style funding due to its inflexibility. For example, if your lease is shorter than the PPA's length, we have a number of inventive funders who will grant payment holidays in the event the landlord is unable to locate a new tenant at the end of your lease, eliminating the danger of unfunded technology. Lastly, don't forget you keep 100% of the EV charging revenue. In conclusion, ZPN Biz can not only help your business save money, but also deliver significant revenue streams while improving your overall customer experience. So if you'd like to know more about how we can convert your energy from being a distraction and a cost to a valuable revenue stream, please get in touch. I'm James Foster, CEO of ZPN Energy. If you'd like to know more, I look forward to meeting you soon.